The immigration law is very complicated, and the different provisions that keep being added, and that we're really in need of immigration reform, which I believe is true. But it's really important to know that the whole system was rooted on this idea of exclusion, who is in and who is out. And many people have heard of, the Chinese Exclusion Act in the late 1800s, where the first time that, people were in fact banned from coming in for periods of time, starting as early as the 1880s.
The program is 4 days, and it kick-started with a panel, and the panel was there to get the participants to be inspired and listen to different angles from different people who are telling their path and stories about how they're for immigration and to help their communities face the recent challenges, especially in the US.
This collab are super important for people to build their own platforms and their own tools to sort of create spaces where, sort of with that sensibility of knowing, the impacts that the tools and the platforms are going to have on different communities.
So one of the things that is mostly difficult is getting the participants who are not well acquainted with a hack model to adjust to it really fast. And it's not an evident thing, and it's not an easy thing, because a lot of them have not only not participated in something this high intensity, they've never worked with each other. Actually, they don't know each other at all. I need to see content in the next 3 hours. Like, by the time we reach dinner, I want to see something. Something.
A lot of them come from specific fields, they're experienced practitioners in those fields, and they tend to focus too much on their part of it. So as mentors, our job, I think, is to kind of balance it out, tell them how to be strategic and how to use this time wisely.
Trying to find a space for these technologies inside of the narratives that you're presented with is always a challenge for anybody, no matter your level as a designer.
Have fun with it, enjoy the day. This is the last stretch. I know everyone is stressed and anxious and exhausted probably, and whatever it is, power through it. This is the best part of the challenge. We'll help you set up whatever you need. Anything that you need last minute, let us know as early as possible. It's Saturday, it's snowing, we want to get it to you in time. This is, it's not easy to finish the project and do the setup, so help each other out if you're done or if you have some wiggle room. Make sure you all get to the finish line. It's all your responsibility to get all the teams to the finish line. I'm going to put it on all of you.
About 2.3 million immigrants across the country are right now having to make the agonizing decision each day, every 6 months, whether to walk in this building and several other across the United States or not. So our project, which is called An Uncertain Trap, seeks to make visible the invisible reality that this site here in the most so-called progressive city is actually the epicenter for an ingress to incarceration and to prolonged incarceration and to deportation of thousands of immigrants.
Here, with no border between the horizon and land, we are ancient, we are rain, we are ocean. Each droplet is small enough to pass through our fingers, yet large enough to move a whole planet.
Our project is titled Show Me Your Papers, which could be a very triggering phrase. It is. And it basically talks about this idea of, legality, constructs, social constructs, money being a social construct, a passport being one. Our idea with this augmented reality project is to question that, to sort of deconstruct the idea of a passport, let's say, or an ID, or money.
On behalf of the kids in the street, when I'm popped to piston, living on their own because their papa's missing, don't know if he's dead or he's locked in prison, disappeared, they consider him the opposition.
A huge, huge round of applause. Come on, guys, it's for you. Come on! This should be the highest applause. You guys have been incredible, even if at many moments throughout the lab you couldn't see it. You worked through a lot of challenges, a lot of tension, a lot of stress. You worked over 14 hours a day. It was really impressive watching you work through it all. Overcome challenges together and, become really good friends and a big community. So thank you for taking the time. we can, we've set this up. Trust us blindly for a minute and just keep going.